Hey guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street podcast where the street speaks. Okay, so my name is Sean, and I have my fellow geeks over here, Harvin and Eric. Say hello.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, yeah, Harvin, you can say hello.
Hello. Sorry guys, I feel
Ah,
like
yeah, nobody asked you to say hello, Peter. Okay. All right. So, guys, we are back with another podcast episode. We are so sorry for the long absence, because we have very important things to do, but we are back. Okay. All right. So, and also today, as you know, we are missing one of our fellow members, Jazz. Don't worry, he's all right. Yes, that dude is getting married and he's not available to join us for the podcast today. Okay. Jazz, we miss you. But reality, we don't. Okay? We don't.
We probably
Whether you come back,
we'll probably kick
whether
you
you
out
come
after
back,
this.
whether you come back on Geek Street or not, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, by the way, if you guys want to wish Jazz congratulations, okay, you can just leave your comments down below. So today we are doing we have to do this, okay, because it was a Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer. I know we did a teaser trailer breakdown months. I think in August we did it, and now after like so many months, we have the Spider-Man hype back again, because we are moving very close to December 17, which is the release of Spider-Man No Way Home. So we have the official trailer here, and we are going to break down every single detail that's in the trailer, and we have also many more what they call theories that we can do, geek theories, that we will be releasing soon. So without further ado, this is the Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer breakdown.
Let's go.
Okay, so the trailer actually opens up with like snippets of the trailer, so there's nothing much there, and then it goes blank screen, and then the actual trailer really opens up with Peter Parker's voice saying that ever since he got bitten by the spider, he only had 1 week where his life felt normal. This is great in a way because we never really experienced in this homecoming series. We never really experienced that moment when he's bitten by the spider. If I'm not mistaken, I think Harun can quote me if I'm wrong. That there's only one time he's ever mentioned. He's mentioned it to Ned, right? Because I think Ned asked him. But any other places, I don't think that there's ever been a mention of this. So I think this is really good. Although they may not show it or they may not have a flashback or whatever, but just mentioning it will be good to just reaffirm that hey, this guy is Spider-Man. Okay, so as he's
Wait.
as he's
Before you go further, I
Yeah.
just want to say that we also didn't see Uncle Ben in this Spider-Man. So the whole origin of it they didn't show until now, where they finally mentioned that he got bitten by a spider. And also one more thing. After that, I think he said, until I met you to MJ. Right, that was the same line, right? So when he said that to her, I feel like they are playing with us. I don't think it's a one scene phrase. I think they added like maybe 2 or 3 scenes into one phrase to pull us off. So it could be like the had 1 week thing could be like a whole nother scene, not about him getting bitten, because it's the same. I mean, there's no way 1 week he got bitten, then 1 week, then until he met MJ. There's no way. We all know he was there during Civil War and everything. So yeah, that's all lah. Before you go forward.
yeah. The
No,
calculation is the timeline is a bit off for the dialogue.
They would
Because
have,
he
I
gets
think.
beaten, but then he doesn't have feelings for MJ. He has the feelings for the other girl, for homecoming first.
Yeah.
So it's a
So
bit
I'm
confusion
sure
there.
they're playing around with our mind with the
Yeah.
words. Confirm, 100%.
No, I think that's a theme that has been playing throughout this trailer, because even if you listen to what Doctor Strange, when his voice comes in, there's actually it's sort of edited lah.
Yeah.
Okay. We can actually, if you break down the sound, if you enhance it, you can see that they actually cut together and put it so that I think that what they're saying is, I think they want to just tell the plot in terms of how it's going to lay out, but not in detail lah. Just a general sense of the plot, right? Because I think normally that's what trailer is. Okay, so as his voiceover is saying that Peter Parker, and then we see what they call Peter and MJ swinging through New York. This is we got in the last trailer where he swings through, I think, Times Square, if I'm not mistaken, and sees his face where it's half covered by the mask, half is his face, you know. And then we see them on the bridge. This is like, I think, copy and paste from the previous trailer. And then we get a very new scene is where they jump off the bridge and then they go swinging through the subway, right? I think in The Amazing Spider-Man and also in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, I think we see like a lot of fights on the subway. So we never really had a subway fight in this Homecoming series. So I think they are just showing it. Maybe there will not be a sort of like a fight in the subway or what, because I think the subway is normally a very New York thing, right? Because people ride the subway and things like that. Okay, all right. So then we see what you call as they go to the subway. Then the next scene is where we get. So the first part of the trailer, what it shows to me is that they're starting off a little bit normal, starting just like trying to build up the trailer, and then the next part we see is where Peter walks to the sanctum. That one we saw already, and then Doctor Strange performing the spell with that mystic rings, going haywire, boom, like that, and then Strange has this voiceover when he says that when you botched that spell, when you wanted everyone to forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, we started to get some visitors. This is where I think the trailer really blows apart. And then he goes on to say from every universe. Then we see the pumpkin bomb, like same with the previous trailer, but this time it goes off on the bridge. But this time we see when the bomb goes off, and then there's like smoke all over, and then there's somebody that comes out to the smoke. I think this is the first time we are seeing Green Goblin in the MCU. Which is of course we know it's Norman Osborn, and we see it's exactly the same as what it was in the Raimi verse. Okay. Before that, does anybody want to say anything about Green Goblin yet? Not yet.
No, Green Goblin not yet, but now it's pretty clear that Spider-Man was the one who messed up the spell, because he said when you botched that spell. So now it's clear that Spider-Man was the one who messed up the spell.
Yep.
It's always him, like,
because initially there was theory going on that it could be because of Loki or Wanda, all that timeline is going to fix in, but then now it's pretty clear that it's him lah. And then at one point also we were like, is Doctor Strange actually Mephisto or something like that, the devil or something. So now it's like pretty clear that Spider-Man was the reason the spell messed up lah. It could still be Mephisto, but I don't think
to all the Marvel fans out there, if you are still thinking it's Mephisto, I honestly think it's not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Although they are borrowing the storyline from the comics, the one day something comics, that the particular title, that one was Mephisto is the one who was trying to manipulate Spider-Man with the whole story. So they are pulling that from the storyline, from the base of it, and they just replacing it with Doctor Strange in that character, changing the whole timeline and everything. So that's the only thing.
No, speaking of that, there's actually two storylines that is similar to what No Way Home is all about. One is called One More Day, and the other one is called One Moment in Time, which is a follow-up to One More Day in that line of series of comics. I think they took it more from One Moment in Time, because One Moment in Time is actually that Peter Parker goes to what they call because he knows that his family is affected by people knowing that he is Spider-Man. So he goes to Doctor Strange and asks him to make everybody forget he's Spider-Man. And that storyline is a little bit different, because that Doctor Strange actually doesn't say yes. He goes and consults what they call Mr. Fantastic and if I'm not mistaken, Iron Man. Those who are comic people, please don't what they call roast me for this, but yeah, I think it's Iron Man and I know Mr. Fantastic was there, so they sort of like consulted with each other, and then he went back to Peter Parker and said, okay, he will do it, but there's consequence to it, right? But of course, there's nothing about that opening up portals and things like that for other villains to come in from other universe. So I think it's sort of like coming from that particular storyline. Okay, so then as we move forward to the trailer, there's a lot of like fast shots in this trailer, like it's like if you don't play at a slower speed, you will really miss a lot of things. So we see some fast shot of electricity. I have seen some people on YouTube saying that, oh, there's lightning, or whatever, but it's actually electricity. There's a difference between lightning and electricity. And then we see Spider-Man's black suit. I don't know what's going on with his suit. I think if Jazz was here, he would be upset.
This
right?
the same theory that we talked about with the circuit all on the suit, right? So the early theory is that we all know that his Far From Home suit, they're calling it the Steve Ditko classic suit, the black and red, right, from Far From Home. So practically what they're saying is, because the circuit can be seen, like literally can be seen, what he did was, at a certain point in the movie, he just flips the suit and wears it inside out. So that is how you can see the circuit in and out. So it's fully black. That's the early theory that they are saying. So he flip it out, and then with the spell from Doctor Strange and everything with the suit, that's how you can see the suit. It's very more, you can see the circuit going on and all that kind of stuff. So that's like the theory, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a theory that's making its way in Reddit and things like that, where they say that it's not a new sort of like a black suit, that is made specially for him. It's just a suit that's been turned inside out, and things like that. So but as we watch the movie, maybe I think we will understand more in terms of what, because I think the suit looks absolutely terrible from what we've seen, but we'll see how lah.
Maybe
Okay.
it's just his normal suit, but he got fried, burned. Then only the circuit
Possible.
become.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe it could be like a really burnt out what you call suit, because I think later on as we go through trailer, we might also get the understanding why maybe the suit doesn't work anymore, and he had to like adjust it for the time being until he changes suit or whatever, right? Okay, so moving on. So then we see like tentacles bursting out upwards towards through the bridge, as what we saw on the previous trailer, and we see Doc Ock and Spider-Man having like a sort of like a fight scene. I think I really missed this from Spider-Man 2, because I think when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man went up against Alfred Molina's Doc Ock or Dr. Octopus, I think it was one of the best fight scenes, I think, in the whole trilogy. I think it was really nice how they choreographed the fight. So I'm really looking forward to see this. And then we see what he calls Spider-Man is like turned upside down on a pillar with Dr. Octopus tentacles holding him, and then there's another what they call tentacle going for his chest, right? So now, as we can see, I know Haris is waiting for his moment, but okay, this is the part where we see some of the nanotech on the Iron Spider suit. In his chest is actually missing, because if you really slow down the clip, you can see that his tie, that because in the previous trailer we see him wearing this blue suit, and then he goes into the Iron Spider suit, right? So actually we can see that tie actually hanging down, and when his face is revealed, it's he unmasked himself, we see that actually covers up that particular portion where there's no more nanotech anymore in his chest, right? Yeah, Harvin.
Yeah, so talking about the whole tentacle and the Iron Spider, all the nanotech and stuff. So if you have seen from the previous teaser and also at the beginning of this trailer, you can still see Doc Ock's tentacles are the same from the Raimiverse. It's still the same, the shiny silver color, with a little bit of rust gold in there and stuff. So it's the same thing. But then at this, somewhere in the middle of the trailer, you see suddenly he has a red, gold and blue kind of touch going on with his tentacles. So early theory is that somehow Doc Ock's tentacles absorbs the nanotech, because the nanotech has the tentacles has some kind of technology within it. I don't know how to say it, but it has some kind of kinetic pull to it. So that's why it's able to absorb the nanotech from the suit. That's why you can see suddenly the suit it merges with the tentacles. But it looks pretty cool. But that's the early theory, because there were fans saying, especially one of our Geek Street member, Jessuper, he said that, oh, this is a different Doc Ock from a different multiverse and everything. But I'm saying, like, no, probably because the possibility, because they don't want to come and say that this Doc Ock is from a different multiverse. That will throw the fans out. We already have Green Goblin, we're going to have Electro and all kind of stuff. So they want to safeguard that nostalgic moment that we live in. So it's same Doc Ock, but just that they build up this storyline with the tentacles absorbing the nanotech.
So the theory of this nanotech is that because as we know, Dr. Octopus's tentacles, right, is actually what they call the main, what powers the tentacles is from his spinal cord, right? And in previous MCU movies, we know that ever since that what they call Tony Stark took out the arc reactor out of his chest, right? The suit has always been powered by something has to do with always it's always there on command. So maybe his nanotech as well, there's something on that he puts on his spinal cord to activate, right? Because as we see in Infinity War, when he walks and takes out the glasses, suddenly the suit comes out, right? But how does the suit come out from where, right? I think maybe the Iron Spider suit is similar to what Tony Stark's Iron Man suit is built on and what programs it. So because of that spinal cord thing, maybe they have some connection there, and then that's how he gets it lah, right? But as we watch the movie, we will definitely find out more. Okay, so as he is holding Peter in that position upside down, Doc Ock suddenly realizes that, hey, you're not Peter Parker, So which clearly shows that he knows only one Peter Parker, right? And we know who that is. Okay, so these are a lot of hints that this trailer is giving us in terms of what they are denying, that and what Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire denied all this time, that they're not going to be in the movie, blah blah blah. But these are hinting towards that. Like, we take it aside, be optimistic people, okay? Okay, so then as you continue to the trailer, we see that there are some more fight scene where he throws the car and things like I said, I'm really looking forward to see this. And then the trailer sort of takes there's a little bit of a pause where what they call we get some jokes like Peter is asking Doc Ock, what's your name again? And he goes like, I'm Dr. Octopus, and then they laugh it out because as we know that in Infinity War, the same thing happened, what they call Doctor Strange say, I'm Doctor Strange, and then it's also now we are using our made up names and things like that. So this shows that that they have that childish character also within them, and it fits the character because they are high school students, and and when these things happen, they don't take things seriously lah. All right.
No, I think this is also the scene where they show us that Doc Ock would actually be helping them at some point, because they were dressed up normally, and I don't think they would face Doc Ock with Ned and MJ being by his side, so vulnerable like that. So I think that point.
No, I think this is somewhere where maybe they come, they have the fight, and then maybe somehow they catch him and put him into this where the scene we see he's in a holding cell, probably in the sanctum. So we don't know whether what scene this is, where before the climax where they have the huge fight or whatever, so I think it's somewhere in the middle, where he tries to save them or whatever okay. Then we see what they call
because if you
what happened?
No?
Yes, Harvey, you were saying something.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I think it lagged out a bit. Yeah. No, actually, before that, I think if you guys are asking the timeline within that, right? Because Green Goblin and Octopus definitely appear on the bridge scene. But then after you see the cutscene, they capture Doc Ock, but you don't see Green Goblin. Perhaps he's already there or not there, that's a different story. But then, to what Eric said, the theory is that Doc Ock will be able to help them out to fight off the other villains. That is definitely more possible, because as on later on we'll see the trailer.
Yeah, because
they will show why.
eventually he will
So
say
yeah,
you're not
moving on.
Peter Parker. Eventually he will say you're not Peter Parker. So I don't, as we all know, he was only targeting Peter Parker. That's one, and two, from the movie we know that the tentacles were taking over him, not he was taking over the tentacles. That's why he was bad. Towards the end, also he was the one who told Tobey Maguire's Spidey how to, how to end it and how to save the world. So he's actually good. It's just that the tentacles took over him. So this time also, maybe he just came out for revenge because the tentacles, try to take over him or something. But I feel like he's gonna be the helping one, because towards the end also, when we see everybody shows up, he's not there. Doc Ock is not there for some reason. So I think he's good lah. At one point, I think he turns good.
Okay, before we give out too much of the thriller,
Yeah.
we shall move on to the next one. Okay, so in the next scene, we see that there's a remodeling of the Statue of Liberty, where the Statue of Liberty now is holding a Captain America shield. I don't know why, but okay, they really want to make this this MCU thing, universe, really deep inside, So it's up to Marvel what they want to do. Okay, so and then the next scene we see Spider-Man swinging through some high voltage place of some sorts, and then we see that the blue suit, is standing, and then so the black suit, and then and then suddenly there's this mystic rings that Doctor Strange normally conjures or whatever around his arm. So we know that probably Doctor Strange gave him some sort of powers temporarily. Maybe to fight off these villains. But at the back, we see Electro, right? But he's still blue in color. Okay. So what I think is, before he becomes that Electro that from the comic, with that yellow sort of vibe, I think he still comes blue. But I think as he gains more power and more and sort of sucks more electricity into himself, it sort of changes right? I think that's what it is. But Harvin, I think has also a say in this.
No, that's definitely true. Because we all know that he was blue and then now he's absorbing the yellow. They are definitely going for comic booky. But the actual reason we all know why, because we all hated the way Electro was in the basic Spider-Man. So that was very bad. But of course, Marvel wants to serve the fans as what it is. But yeah, that's the theory. He can, because actually if you watch the Amazing Spider-Man during the final battle, Electro with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, you can actually see he has some red and orange electricity going within him, during the fight scene. So it shows that he can absorb this kind of energies, and this is how eventually he turns into him. Maybe early theory is that the moment when he enters the MCU, he is blue. But then, after it, when he takes control of this new merge of powers, he just change. He becomes more the human-like, but then gains more the orange comic book color of electricity.
Yeah. I think that's really good in a way that that Marvel is trying to change a little bit of what Sony didn't do right. So but it's really good to serve us fans to see that sort of. I think it's a very welcome change in terms of changing Electro and how he looks. Okay, so then moving on, the next thing you see Doctor Strange voiceover saying that there are others out there and we need to send them back. Okay, and then he goes on to say Scooby-Doo this crap. And then, are we allowed to say crap? I think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then MJ, being cute, saying that I also know another magic word which is please. And then Doctor Strange goes please Scooby-Doo this crap. Sort of having that sort of speaking to youngsters thinking that they're children. Because he's very much older. So I think that was really nice. I think how Marvel portrays the three of them, high schoolers, the way that their characters should be. Because I think in sort of even in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1, even though Tobey Maguire's character Peter Parker was in high school, it didn't really seem that like he was a high schooler. It seemed more like he was an adult rather than a high schooler. Even in the Amazing Spider-Man, little bit they tried to make him a little bit nerdy and things like that, but still didn't really get it. But I think with Tom Holland, I think they really nailed it with the character that okay, this is a high school going kid and how that he should really act. I think Tom Holland does a fantastic job at portraying Peter Parker when he's like a high schooler, you know. Okay, then moving on, we see a similar scene of the electricity and then the sand with the cops around. I think this is somewhere where Peter maybe lives or things like that, where they're attacking his home or something like that. And then we see a shot from above going down towards what they call James Jonah Jameson. You know, so we know that okay, he's not only on the screen, he's actually a character there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Finally, we get to see J. Jonah Jameson in action.
Most likely still as a reporter lah.
Yeah,
Checking out the
definitely.
scene, yeah.
He'll be waiting for the time to reveal Spider-Man he's a murderer.
yeah. I think he was like scooping around and see like is Spider-Man behind all this destruction and things like that, you know. Yeah. Okay, so then as we go, we see Norman on we have a Norman Osborn voice. So I think Norman Osborn's voice in this movie, it really gives a very nostalgic feeling lah. You know, because I think when in 2004 when Spider-Man 1 came out, I was only 13 years old. And now I'm 30 years old, you know. So that so long that we haven't heard that Norman Osborn Green Goblin voice, you know, and then he's saying that you're flying out there to fight ghosts. That's what he says. And then Strange voice takes over and says that these are villains die fighting Spider-Man. I think this is the clue that I think, you know, if people are debunking that Toby and Andrew is not going to be there, guys, come on. They're giving us the clues like right in front of our face, you know. I cannot control my excitement lah. Okay, all right. So then we see Spider-Man flying to catch a pumpkin bomb. Scene, the entire scene looks like total chaos. I think, you know, this is how Green Goblin is. Like, if he wants to finish off something, he will really go all out. And then we see Dr. Strange saying that, you know, I'm sorry, kid. And then Peter says, "Me too." And then he goes and grabs the cube thing that we spoke about in the from the previous trailer, where I think this cube is where they sort of like hold the villains or transport them to, you know, to somewhere, you know. But Harvey, do you want to talk about the cube?
Yeah, actually, before I talk about the cube, a lot of people, with this particular scene actually, where when Doctor Strange is stopping Spider-Man from doing what he does, a lot of people say, "Oh, okay, this is Mephisto. This is not like him, not the hero how he talks." That is totally not true. That is Doctor Strange just being Doctor, because he doesn't care about anything. He just doesn't want another multiverse like a problem, you know, like the same thing with Dormammu. He doesn't like problems. He just like how the universe and it is. That is what the Sorcerer Supreme does. They protect from other universe from coming into the main MCU and stuff. So that's why they are already dead, but they should just go back to where they came from. Then just remain dead. That is how it is, you know. But then Tom Holland, his Spider-Man version of Spider-Man, he feels bad for it because he's only going to reach 16 or 17 this particular timeline of Spider-Man. So he doesn't feel like they shouldn't be dead and everything, you know. They should just come to justice or that kind of vibe going on. So a lot of people thought that was thing. So coming to the cube, I think that's what contains the how to say, change the whole multiverse back into the order. Doctor Strange just wants to stop the spell, you know, but then Spider-Man wants to stop them from, because if Doctor Strange reverses back, these fellows all will go back to dead. They'll go back, but Spider-Man doesn't want that kind of thing to happen under his conscience, because that's what his thinking is. So that's my early theory of what's going to happen.
I have no theories on the cube. Because again, I'll say that they might just play with the timeline and the storyline. So for all we know, all the other Spideys could have been revealed already, and then that's when Doctor Strange would tell them that everybody dies. So then only he doesn't want that to happen, you know. Yeah. So they could be playing with us lah. I don't know. I got no theories on the cube lah. Anything's possible.
I gotta say they have been playing with us since the teaser came out.
Yeah, anything's possible. So
Yeah, playing with us with many things. Okay. All right. So then this particular thing sparks a fight between both of them, and I like how that as he tries to escape away, and then Doctor Strange just opens two portals, and then he just catch himself.
Yeah.
That was that was really funny lah. Okay, and then then the next thing we see like Alme frantically running, and then holding what appears to be something glowing green. As we know that in the same Raimi's in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, that the Green Goblin went after Alme. Maybe he might do the same thing. Okay. And then we get a scene that was already shown in the Empire magazine, where it came out that Doc Ock was holding Spider-Man, and then trying to like unmask him or something like that lah. All right. So that's one of the shots, and then we see a closer shot of the nanotech. As the camera pans, we see the nanotech on Doc Ock's tentacles. When Jess comes back, then we will talk about it more further lah. Okay, we'll try to prove him wrong. All right. Then we see Spider-Man swinging through some scaffolding in the Statue of Liberty, and then we see Electro. A very close look Electro. I like his outfit, black and then with the yellow lining. It's like super awesome. And then when he shoots the electricity, we can see that the star from the comic that he has, yeah. I think that was that. I think really like Marvel, you're doing justice to Electro. And then he goes on to say, "You're not going to take this away from me."
Yeah. So this actually this particular, like I said, they are pulling all these villains from different timelines. So people are confused. Why is Green Goblin here? Isn't he dead from that? So that's why they are grabbing the Doctor Strange when he did the spell. They're just grabbing them from different types of timeline from the universe. So they grabbed Green Goblin before he died, Doc Ock before they died, everyone just before they died and before they turned good, before they had the consciousness of, because everyone questioned, why is Sandman the bad guy here now? Isn't he turned good inside the Raimiverse? But then you see he's bad because they pulled him before he had that good conscience in him, where he wanted to be good and everything. So they pull everywhere from different timeline from the same universe. So that's one thing. And when Sean talked about the Statue of Liberty, I don't know if you all noticed, they are actually building Captain America shield around it. If you all noticed, yeah. So I don't know why, but then I think everyone's saying it's probably a big reveal that they are trying to reveal that the Falcon has become the new Captain America, in a way like a tribute kind of thing. So most probably it's that.
Yeah. Okay. So we mentioned it earlier already. Okay. All right. Then as we move on, then we see some more scenes from the Statue of Liberty where Doc Ock falling after getting hit. This also has some theories. We'll get into it in a while. In the ending, and then we see Spider-Man doing some back and front flips like how he always do. And then we hear again Norman Osborn's voiceover saying, "Peter, you are struggling with everything you want, and the world is trying to make you choose." Right? So this is something that what do you call? He also does in Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi universe, where he holds MJ, and then he holds that cable car thing, and then say you gotta choose what you want, right? Okay. And then we have the fast shots of Peter kissing MJ, the closer look at Goblin. As we see, like really close look, is the same exact suit from Sam Raimi's universe. There's no such thing from any other universe. And then we have Goblin throwing all these ninja Death Stars coming down, Okay, and then we have Happy doesn't look too happy. I also have my theory on this. We will discuss this in a while.
Actually, when there was this particular shot of Goblin coming through the moon, that particular shot, right?
Yeah. It is what do you call that particular shot?
Yeah, that one, right? I think what you say, because that one the face.
Yeah, it kind of looked different.
What happened is there's a concept art reveal that because he wasn't wearing the mask, when that shot happened. So this concept art revealed that he was just wearing goggles, and the concept art shows that his suit is already a bit damaged, because I think this got to do with the scene from the bridge scene, because they had some fight, I presume. That's how the suit is a bit damaged. And one thing about the Easter is that he actually wears a kind of backpack, that is where he stuffed all his pumpkin bombs. That is a very good nod to the comics, because the comics, he actually has a backpack, to put his
It's
pumpkin
like a
bombs all
sling
inside
bag,
in the
like a
comics.
sling bag.
Yeah, sling black. So they added the sling. So that's why the shot looks like it's very normal. And I actually like the idea that he doesn't wear the mask, because William Dafoe is such a good actor that without the mask itself, he brings the goblin out of it. So I think in the Spider-Man movie, when he's fighting Spider-Man, you don't really get to see much, because most of the time he's wearing the mask. But in this movie, I think we will get to see full-blown William Dafoe acting out as the goblin character, when we didn't get to see from the same Raimi universe. I think this is very great to see William Dafoe perform.
Yeah, I can see your happiness and your excitement. We are excited. Okay, and then when we're happy doesn't look too happy. Like I said, I have my theories on this. And then we also see some mystic magic around the Statue of Liberty, like the same one that he was doing the spell. He was trying to undo the spell. I don't know. It's something like that. Something happens, and then we see a very close shot of Electro and Lizard. Sorry, the Electro, Lizard and Sandman, which is really, really, how to say, like, I think they are really prepping for like an epic final battle, All right. And then Peter, of course, then says that this is all my fault. I can't save everyone. All right. We know, Peter, you cannot save everybody. Get the other Spider-Man to come and help, man. Why? Why you don't want to help? So I think, they really need. I think they are really, how to say, there's so many clues inside here, right? Okay. Then we get that. An amazing shot of Spider-Man jumping. Okay, I know we have a lot to talk about this. Okay, the Spider-Man like jumps, and then we have Electro, Sandman, and Lizard also like going towards. But it's like one Spider-Man coming, and then there's like other Electro on the top, and then Sandman in the middle, and then Lizard, and then there's one lousy editor forgot to take out the part where Lizard gets punched in the face. Okay, it's from actually a Brazil. It's not on YouTube. I think it's on some other social media. I forgot, but they didn't take out that part. So that's assuming that they are actually in that particular scene that Toby and Andrew are edited out of that scene.
I don't think it's accident. I think it's intentional. I really think it's intentional.
But every trailer didn't have that except for one trailer.
I think it's
one
intentional.
country.
It's intentional, really. It's a marketing strategy.
Yeah. Or to get us talking like idiots and then nothing happens.
Yeah, just think about it. It's a marketing strategy. It's a damn good strategy.
Oh my god.
Because they don't even need to tell us, People will just create theory, and everybody, the whole world will stay on one page. Someone is edited out of that scene. Correct? No one's gonna say otherwise. No one's gonna say, oh, he messed up the CGI. There's no such thing. Someone's edited out, and we all know who it is. And it could not be so, but it's a damn good marketing strategy.
Okay.
Must think
very
like,
good marketing
must
strategy.
think like a businessman, like Marvel.
I think we also should have that marketing strategy.
Toby's gonna come here.
Yeah.
Gonna
Alright,
interview.
okay. Harvey, you got nothing to add to that scene?
Yeah, because if you think about it, it can be a marketing strategy, because what they did was, because there are alternate versions of the trailer, bits of it for different international countries, So this particular the lizard hitting scene, that one is for the Brazilian trailer. If I'm not mistaken, it was made for the Brazilian trailer. So I don't know why, but you can either say that they edited it out, because the edited out is, you can also say they could have edited out because they've already did that with Civil War, Infinity War, all different kind of things, because they edited out Spider-Man from the first trailer of Civil War, as you all know. So that's possibility, and also marketing strategy, but I think we all know that Toby and Andrew is there.
No, I think I'm trying to agree with Eric here, because I only think there's only one editor who edited it and sent it out. So there is no such thing that each country edited their own trailer. It doesn't work that way. So where is smart thinking, man? Because even I also was thinking, like, why would they miss out one? Like, why? How can that happen? Like, as we know, like even in if we are a studio, we know that we are if you want to keep something a secret, we want to make sure that everything's in order. Then we would do it ourselves and just send out the final copy. That's what we would do, right? So, yeah.
I'll tell you all a secret lah. I actually secretly work for Marvel. That's why I know.
Yeah, look at them.
I'm Kevin Feige's water boy.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, I give him coffee and water when he wants.
Yeah. No, first of all, it's Kevin Feige, not 5G.
See, that's why I'm just a water boy, not his not his personal secretary. That's why I give him water only. I don't give him coffee, because he knows I'll mess it up.
Yeah. All right. So we move on. Just finish up the final few bits of the trailer, and then we see what they call the Captain America shield falling and breaking through the scaffolding structure, and then we see after that MJ like free falls backwards. This is very reminiscent of Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man as she was falling down, and then we see Spider-Man jump and tries to reach and catch her head lah. Okay, I think we might have our theories on this lah, right? That it could be some sort of a redemption for Andrew Garfield, things like that. But I think no. I think it's just going to be Tom Holland telling Andrew Garfield that this is how you do it. I think it's that's okay. I don't think they'll kill off MJ in this series, okay, or in this movie. They cannot do that. She's too young to die. Right? Okay. So and then we see the No Way Home title card, and then at the ending, the last bits of the trailer, we see Spider-Man ask Doctor Strange what's happening. As we see that like there is like this purplish thing going on. As we know, in anything to do with magic, purple color is always something bad, is something from the dark dimension, or it is always bad power. Okay, so as we see this purple magic, like portals or universe, like glows all around them in the sky. Doctor Strange says they are starting to come through, and I can't stop them. And then it's the end of the trailer. Okay, so now we got time to do some little bit of theories. Alright, so the first thing I want to just clear is that Andrew and Toby are going to be in this movie. There is no doubt. Okay, so we all agree on that, right?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes,
agree
sir.
on that.
No, but also they say Matt Murdock is making way for the movie as well. I don't know how far it's true, but yeah.
No, you mean making way as in like not going to be in the movie, or?
It's going to be in the movie. They are saying that but not like a big thing or what. Just a very few minutes of cameo scene. But not as Daredevil, but as the lawyer Matt Murdock.
But maybe get him in a post-credit scene or something like that. Also, I will be very happy.
I think the most probably the post-credit scene is going to be something to do with Venom.
Yeah, it has two folds lah.
That is what I would think.
One is Venom, the other one, as what we see in the ending, is that I think the ending of the trailer speaks more towards, I think, the multiverse of madness lah. So I think that.
But what we are forgetting is that it is a Spider-Man movie, but this whole movie is actually a teaser for Multiverse of Madness. The whole movie is just going to be a concept of how even more worse this can happen inside the Multiverse of Madness. And I think the early theory is that this movie doesn't end in it ends with something good, in a way, a happy ending or whatever tag. I think it just ends with cliffhanger for the multiverse. Because the movie comes after this is the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So I think what Doctor Strange implies that I cannot stop them from coming. I think this implies that other characters, different characters throughout the whole comics or different universe characters start to come in even more. Maybe we never know, other versions of other characters start to come in even more. So the taste of it was just, the spell was just to change around Spider-Man's life. So that's what you get. But then he couldn't handle couldn't stop the multiverse from branching out even more. It just happened. I think this is where it overlaps a lot with the Loki ending of Loki series, most probably. Because Loki has no timeline. We all know that the Loki series didn't have a timeline. It's just all over the place. So maybe towards the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home connects to whatever happened at the end of Loki series. It just cracks, lah. It's just messed up, lah. MC is going to go crazy after this.
Yeah, to quote Harvin TVA, Loki is out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think we can really agree that as we can only as we watch the movie, we know the actual timeline when this happened, how it happened, and what happens after that. So I think there's a lot of like open ending questions in terms of like the sad things is we know like what the plot of the movie could be, right? Where it is just that Spider-Man, and then they're opening up the multiverse, like the Spider-Verse, right? So that's what they're doing there, okay? And then we know that it's going to lead into the multiverse of madness. But other than that, we don't really know the entire plot of the movie per se, but this is the general structure that what we are expecting. Unless Marvel really hits us with something else, like maybe a Miles Morales, I don't know, right? So, but this is what we are expecting out of it, okay? Now, just want to just give this is what I think lah. In the last two trailers that we had, happy is not happy. Okay, and I literally say this: happy is not happy, and I really feel that this could be the end of happy in the MCU. What do you
Another
guys
Uncle
think?
Ben situation.
Sorry,
Another Uncle Ben situation.
could
How
be
many
this
fa-
could be
how
maybe
many fa-
maybe that line of like with okay, what's the line again? I forgot the line. With power, with more power comes
with great
power.
power comes
Great power comes great responsibility, right? So I think maybe that line could happen in this movie, and maybe it could come from Happy himself. So
Yeah. Probably. I mean, usually in trilogies of movies, you always see a death of a character. That's how the movies, like a preset kind of thing, goes out. But we never know. I'll be kind of bummed out if Happy would be the one to go out from this film. Dies eventually. But I be pretty bummed out. But if Marvel, I don't know, man.
I think
Some people say-
he could be lah, but I wouldn't overthink it lah. I think it would just be a pusher for Tom Holland, Spider-Man, Peter Parker lah. Nothing so drastic that until like we lost Iron Man or something. No, I don't think it's gonna be that drastic.
yeah, but when Happy dies, you'll be still very sad.
It'll be an end of an era lah. We know Pepper is not dealing with shit anymore. So Iron Man is not here anymore. So
I think they're like trying to close all the Iron Man characters, so we don't talk about Iron Man
yeah,
anymore.
probably. I think at one point Tom Holland's Peter Parker have to be able to be independent.
I think they try to close shop on Iron Man characters. Is that what they say?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to close shop on all the Iron Man characters, so there's no linkage to Iron Man. So people cannot question about him Iron Man anymore. Because I think the Iron Man thing is like lingering over everybody's head,
Maybe, could be, should be.
Okay, so that's it for the trailer breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown that we that we discussed today. I know it's a little bit long for a trailer breakdown, but this is normal on the Geek Street, right? So we always share our thoughts. And before we end, we just want to say that last week we actually had a what they call a sort of like a collaboration with Mashable SEA or Mashable Southeast Asia on their program called Backseat Gaming. I wasn't there, okay, but Eric, Jazz, and Harwin were there as the Geek Street representative, just to speak about Marvel, speak about the multiverse, and Kang, and so many topics that they spoke about on that particular content. So we will leave the link to that particular content, whether it's on Facebook. We will link it in the description below. So go and check out that video, and also give them a like, and also support their channel. Right? If you guys are into gaming, go and support their channel, guys. Right? Okay. So, is there anything else that I'm forgetting? Oh yes, Hawkeye. Yeah, all right. Harid was looking at me one kind already. Okay, Hawkeye. So Hawkeye will be releasing on Disney Plus if you are in the US, outside of Malaysia. But in Malaysia, it's releasing on Disney Plus Hotstar on 24th. Is the first episode, which it will be on every Wednesday. So Wednesdays is the new Fridays, guys. So
2 episodes premiere. Don't forget.
oh yes, 2 episodes premiere. Okay, I need to stay up to date with all this information. Okay, so yeah, so there's 2 episode premieres, and go and check it out. And we will be doing a breakdown on each of the episode as what we normally do, like for when we did for What If. So we're going to be doing the same thing here, right? Okay. Besides that, guys, as don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, guys. Comment, leave your thoughts on what you think about the trailer. You know, what's your thoughts? What are your theories? You know, and what do you expect moving forward as we go? Because we might expect maybe another trailer before the movie actually comes out. So just leave your thoughts and comments down below, guys. So that's all from us. We are the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Bye bye.